Welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Garry.
And you're a pouring.
Pouring some wine.
Pour that cab. Today, we're going to be reviewing the final episode in the three-part series Providence Falls. Thief of Fate aired on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, August 16th, 2025, and is now streaming on Hallmark Plus.
Yes, and what a stream.
What a stream. Okay.
We would love it if you would click that follow button on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss an episode. If you listen on Apple or Spotify, you can also leave us a review. And let's hope it's a positive one.
Fingers crossed.
You can also find us on YouTube and all social media.
All the socials. Hey, send us an email at pourthewineisromcomtime@gmail.com and let us know your thoughts about Providence Falls, any of the episodes, or anything Hallmark related. We'd love to hear from you.
We sure would.
And we might even read it on the pod.
Might. If it's good, we'll read it.
We'll email you back. Well, yeah, if it's something not super nice, I don't know. We might just take it to heart and leave it off air, but yeah.
All right.
There you go.
So you want to tell us who is in this one?
Sure. So we have the returning favorites that we have talked about in every episode, right? So we talked about, Lachlan Quarmby, Katie Stevens, Evan Roderick, Felicia Simone, Maddie Finocchio, Paul McGillian, Jessica Sipos, Amitai Marmorstein, Glenn Gordon, and Keegan Connor Tracy, as well as a few others at the beginning of episode 1 and episode 2. They are in all 3 episodes. And a new face in this particular episode was, drumroll,
Gabriel.
Oh, that was supposed to be a drum roll. That was not a drum roll.
That was funny.
Take a sip of wine.
I know, right? Hold on a second.
I said drum roll and you...
And I named him, right?
Brendan Penny appeared as the angel.
Gabriel. Who
Ding, ding,
stands
ding.
and confirms I've created my own prison.
What?
That's lyrics from
I have no idea what you just said.
That's okay.
Okay. I'm not okay. All right, we're moving on.
Yes.
Brendan Penny plays the angel Gabriel. He, of course, is a Hallmark favorite. He's been in more than 20 Hallmark productions. In 2024, he was in 4 films: Private Princess Christmas, A Novel Noel, Love on the Danube, Kissing Stars, and Family Practice Mysteries Coming Home. He was also in A Season for Family, The Wedding Cottage, and in Merry Measure. And of course, he is known as playing Kevin O'Brien in 54 episodes of the popular Hallmark series Chesapeake Shores.
Yes.
Yes.
We loved him.
Yes, we did love him. We actually loved the show.
Yeah.
Treat Williams.
Treat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Great show. Great show. In his free time outside of Hallmark, I don't think he has very much, but here we are. He was in 4 episodes of the revamped 90210. Okay. He was in the movie 50 Shades Freed, which is not Hallmarky.
Okay.
He was in 52 episodes of the TV series Motive and the cult classic. Sound like I said cold classic.
It did sound like it.
I don't know what I'm doing today. John Tucker Must Die. And that movie starred Jesse Metcalfe, who was also in Chesapeake Shores.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. We love Jesse Metcalfe.
Yes, we do.
Especially in Desperate Housewives.
Desperate.
That was a great show. Desperate.
That was a really good show.
That was a good show.
Another one you got me hooked on.
Yep.
According to IMDb, Thief of Fate was also directed by Siobhan Devine and Lucy Guess. We did discuss Lucy Guess and Siobhan's Devine directorial work during our reviews of episode 1 and 2.
Right.
So if you want to learn more about that, you'll have to watch Chance of a Lifetime and An Impossible Promise.
Listen to Chance of a Lifetime.
Did I say watch? I'm crazy.
Yeah, you said watch. Or you can listen. Go watch the movies. Go watch episodes 1 and 2. And then listen to our podcast reviews. And we talk about we give more detail. Yeah, about each of them.
Yes.
It's fine.
It's okay.
It's all right.
And we also previously mentioned the 3 Providence Falls books that this series is based on were written by Jude Devereaux.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Tara Sheets.
Tara Sheets. Tara,
Or
if you're
Tara.
in Dublin. Tara, if you're everywhere else.
I don't think that's true, but yeah.
It is true.
No.
Look it up.
I'm going
All
to.
3 TV episodes were written by Teresa Kale.
There you go.
Woohoo!
Very good. Very good. Shall we get into the synopsis?
Yes.
Time to drop the synopsis.
Drop it.
Drop it. Detectives Cora and Liam close in on solving their murder case and rebel against the angels, choosing to take fate into their own hands.
Man.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's some fate right there.
That is some fate.
And as usual, we give away spoilers. So if you have not watched the episode yet, hit pause, go watch the movie, come back, hit play, let us know what you think.
Right. And if you haven't watched any of the series, definitely go watch it and then come back. Don't listen to this podcast episode first.
Yes, please do not.
Because we are definitely going to give away some spoilers.
Yes.
I know a lot of people don't, but we have to because we got to talk about it. We want to.
Oh, are you ready to dive into it?
I think we can.
The last episode?
The last episode of Providence Falls.
So what did you think?
I have some things to say about this episode.
Like the same? Here you go.
This episode really was such a fantastic conclusion to the series. It does wrap everything up in a way, it's Hallmark, so it's kind of tidied up. Right. But along the way, it's not tidy.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
I mean, there's, you have the back and forth still between Liam and Cora. You have the mystery that they're trying to solve, right? The break-ins, they can't figure out who's doing it. You have Suzette, who's working with Bale, but does she really want to work with him? I mean, they packed a lot in this episode. And then you've got, Cora's dad, his dad's friend,
Leo,
who aren't involved, but sort of, they have information that is helpful for the case. And Finn and Suzette. What else am I forgetting? I mean,
Boyd.
there's just, and Boyd you have involved. I mean, you have all these different, and then, you find out whether or not Meredith is involved. And then you have the angels. And then we have the surprise visit from Gabriel. I mean, there was so much in it. And I loved the way they put it all together in this last episode. I thought it was great. I thought it was sort of the pinnacle of the series, which is really good. I would not advise, this is one series that you can't just jump into, I don't think.
Nope.
I mean, you could and maybe get it-ish, but no, you've really got to watch it.
You have to watch all
in
3.
Sequential order. You've got to watch Chance of a Lifetime, An Impossible Promise, and then Thief of Fate, and it all comes together the way it was meant to be. So I really loved it as a series, as a whole. Excuse me, but I loved it. What about you?
I agree with you 100%. I felt like the storytelling on each character from episode 1 to episode 3 came together in the end. We found out what happened in the past, 1840s.
1844.
What was happening in the present.
Right.
And then what happened in the end,
and
which was brilliant. And the angels.
And then you had the angels who were actually more on Earth this time, right? We had less
of the past
scenes.
And less of that too.
Yeah.
Although the occasional pop up here and there by Samil, but overall.
But that's what I meant. Well, you're saying less of them overall in
right.
this. Oh, yeah. Well, we had a lot of Aegon still.
Yes,
right.
Because he was a great character.
Right. Well, I like Samil too. She was really good.
But, yeah.
We'll get into it. Right?
But Aegon was his handler, so you're going to see more.
He's going to be the one-on-one down with Liam. Yeah.
Okay, so now that we know we both loved the movie, the movies.
Spoiler alert there, right?
So let's jump into the favorite scenes.
All right. You want to go first? One of yours?
Yes.
When
Liam and Suzette clone Magnus's phone.
Oh, yes.
That was such a brilliant scene. I mean, to pull that off and then to have Finn show up
and kind of almost spoil it
as they're just almost over with the con or whatever. It was so good.
So they have, what's funny about that too is that Liam asked Dominic, right?
Yes.
Yes, Dominic, how do you, what is it?
How do you clone a phone?
And Dominic's like, what? And then he shows him, right?
Well, he says his stepfather clones phones all the time, and he'll show him how to do it. And Leon's like, no, you can't do that, but write it down for me.
It is. It's so, I mean, it just all worked together. And then they go, so then he coordinates with Suzette to do this because they want to clone Magnus's phone so they can figure out
who's calling him, or who his partner might be. Yeah,
whose partner might be.
So that was one of my favorite ones.
Right, and then they go to the bar.
Yep.
And she kind of hits on Magnus. Suzette hits on Magnus and is like, "Oh, I need your phone because my phone is dead. I don't give my phone to nobody.
Nope.
Except for you.
Nope.
Our kids, even when our kids get our phone, we're like." Think I like that. I mean, it's my phone, you know.
Well, I find it funny. The kids sometimes they go, "You both know each other's passwords." It's like, why wouldn't we? I fully 100% trust her.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not hiding anything. I know she's not hiding anything,
or so you think.
Ooh.
No. But anyway, I'm not. Yeah.
Need
so anyway,
tissue
so Suzette,
for that nosebleed.
Oh my gosh, you're here all night. He's here all night, people. So anywho. So Suzette goes to the bar. She talks to Magnus. She gets his phone, and then she hand it off to Liam. She kind of turns.
Well, that's when Finn walks up. So
that's right.
So Magnus turns to Finn,
and she has the opportunity to
Suzette
turn.
grabs the phone, pushes it over to Liam, who then starts the cloning.
Phone. Right. That was a good scene. I agree with that. That was pretty good.
So what was one of your favorite scenes?
One of mine was, of course, with Cora making dinner and she has Liam over. That's one of them. And I like how, Cora tells Suzette that the only time Liam is his true self is when he's caught up in the moment, and Suzette is like, then catch him up in the moment. You know? So
it was a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it was really cute. So then she makes his dinner and then he sits down. I love when he went to pour the wine and she moved her glass.
She kept moving
That was such a cute, fun, romantic scene in that moment. I loved, and she did it like 3 times.
I'm telling you.
It wasn't just like once when she moved it. And the look on her face and it was so good. It was so good. I don't know. I just love that moment. And then she wants to know what's going on with him. And, and he's like, I loved a woman and selfishly, I loved her selfishly and she ended up dying. And, it's just real. And then when he pulls her chair into him, that's another good moment. Oh my gosh. I mean, Hallmark's bringing the chemistry fire right there.
I'm telling you.
I mean, I'm just saying. So, but then they don't kiss there. And then he's like, I gotta go because he's still torn. And you can see it in him. That's what I love about this series too, is he's trying to do the right thing, but he's so drawn to her and he keeps getting drawn to her, but he knows she should be with Finn because that's her true fate or destiny according to the angels.
Right.
Right. So that's one of my favorite scenes.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was getting some Lady and the Tramp vibes on that scene.
I know.
If they would have had the spaghetti I would have been like, drop the mic.
I think it was a little more serious than the Lady and the Tramp.
Come on,
but I mean,
that was a good
there's some
scene.
chemistry between Lady and Tramp.
Yes, but I agree because I had that as one of my scenes too. Yeah.
So another one of mine would be when Cora gets the email about the necklace.
Yes.
She's investigating it and she sees that the necklace, there's, and to be fair, we paused, we saw it and you could see that it was the McLeod family, like a McLeod family heirloom or whatever. And we paused it and we went back and it said, the necklace resurfaced in London 2022 following a significant period during which it had been lost in Ireland in the 1840s.
Right.
So I thought that was a cool little nugget. Yeah. Yeah. In there. And then she realizes that that's the necklace that she's dreaming about. And she knows that necklace. I mean, it's just the way it all comes together.
Yeah. The one
really
that was
cool.
in the evidence box.
So I like when she got that email.
Yeah.
Good. What about you? Any other? Yeah.
Yes. I loved it when...
Yes. I know. I have several.
When Cora and Suzette are talking, and then Cora tells Suzette she doesn't know why she deserves a ride or die best friend like her.
Like Suzette.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And then Suzette, and this is kind of a hint that you think Suzette is from the past, but she says, you must have done something good in a past life. And I thought that was such a good
Suzette is
piece.
trying to give her...
Well, I don't know if she's trying to give Cora...
Or the audience.
But I think she was definitely trying to let the audience know that she is from the past.
From the past, right.
Because she said, oh, you just must have been, someone who did something good in the past, which Cora always did.
Well, and that's true because, you find out later that Suzette did something bad in the past.
Right.
So she knows Cora is bound for good. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It was.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also love the fact that Bale was in this more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because,
what is it? No matter. We like him a lot.
He played this to a T.
He's really good. And he's not really in it a lot.
No,
but
his when he
scenes, are really good. I really liked him.
Yes.
And I agree. I was going to say something about that too. He's really good as like sort of like a bad guy, but a fun bad, what I mean? Like you don't hate him necessarily, but he's the other side, so I like that.
What about you? Got some more?
When we're in 1844 and we see Liam in jail, and Finn comes to see him, and Finn is like,
tonight.
Like, what were you thinking, taking her and, basically what you're going to die. And Liam's kind of like, well, I guess I'll get to see her soon then. Thanks. And Finn asks why would someone like Cora choose Liam? And he said, I don't know, but don't you worry. I'll spend the rest of my short life grateful that she did. And I was like, oh, I just kept thinking of Jack, Rose, Jack, Rose. It's like 2 hours of Titanic about that. But this is, that's what I thought of. Like, I'll spend the rest of my short life being grateful that she did. And I was like, oh, that's such a good line. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
It was a great. They had so many in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about you? What else we got?
When Liam, in the 1840s, he took Cora out to the field to look at the stars, and he had mentioned a story that his mom used to tell him when he was little, Richard the Rabbit. And in the present time, they were at the murder board.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And they were talking about, I think they were talking about Meredith, maybe, I'm not sure. And he mentions the story again. And Cora goes, what did you say? And then that's when she starts to realize.
Well, because she had a dream about it, right? So when we saw them talking, or rather, like you just mentioned, they were watching the stars in 1844. Right. Wasn't that a dream of hers?
Yes, it was.
And then she woke up from that. So that's what made her realize when he says it in present day, that like, holy crap, what would you think about that if that started happening to you, where you were having dreams, and then it was like deja vu kind of.
Yeah, I would think I lived another life.
You would automatically?
Yeah, I would think so.
I would jump to that.
You're having vivid dreams like that?
Yeah.
I would think so.
I have very vivid
Especially
dreams.
if the person you're dreaming about is standing right in front of you and you're like...
Well, I have very strong dreams. Like, I have very powerful dreams about people who have... Yes, I have done that, but I do have very powerful dreams about people who have passed away.
Yeah,
that come. I have those quite frequently, actually.
Yes, you do.
So, but I don't know that I haven't dreamt about living in 1844. But maybe if I did, I don't know that I would jump to it was a past life, unless it, I guess, continuously mirrored what was going on now. But I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
So, what about you? Any more?
I have a few. Cora goes, okay, so this would be the moment, right? Do we want to talk about that, or you want to wait?
Let's do
the one that, okay, so Cora goes to Liam with a necklace info, and she's like begging him to tell her the truth.
Every one of them we've had the same.
I know. And she, she's basically like, I know. I remember the weight of the necklace, the fall in the woods, and then she's like, what happened to the man that said he'd follow me wherever I went? And in that moment, he knows that she knows. Yeah, because that moment is so. And you and I both at the same time, and then that's when he leans in and kisses her, right? Because he knows, and that moment was so good.
See, to me, that was the best scene.
Yes.
In the movie.
Yes. It was so powerful. And you and I both were like tearing up. It was just so in the moment when we were watching it. It was so good.
Yeah, because she says something
I mean, the passionate chemistry between, I can't take it. It's so good.
Yeah, she said something like, these are not dreams, they're memories.
Yeah.
And that's when he started to tell her. Yep. About why he couldn't tell her what was going on.
Right. And then that whole scene kind of led into, isn't that when she's like, oh, that explains why you say certain things funny. And he's like, you used to talk like that.
I know. He automatically gets defensive.
Yeah. But it was cute. And then she says they had a quick little banter there. So it was like that whole scene starting, with her, begging him to tell her and then leading into that. I thought that was really, really good. And, and then he has to tell her, Finn is your true soulmate. You have to end up with him, So that whole scene, that was probably the best scene in the series, I think. Zipper, maybe number 2.
Yeah, Zipper definitely number 2.
Pretty close. They're pretty close. Pretty close. But because this is the last movie and she now knows and he knows that she knows and she wants to be with him. And this is where, you have that dilemma. Like she's drawn to him. He's drawn to her. They can't explain it. And is that their destiny? Why are they being forced apart? You know? Like, so yeah. I thought it was really, really good.
Those angels always met.
I know. And you and I, we say this, we've said this in other podcasts, is that we watch it, we try not to react and talk about it. But in that moment, we're both like, we had to take like a deep breath and we're like tearing. I mean, it was so powerful in that moment. And for Hallmark to do that was just real. I mean, they've really just stepped up their game, in my opinion, in a series like this.
I agree.
Because it's still so good. And so, you have your Hallmark touches, but it's got so much more depth to it.
Right. And in that scene too, he tells her, well, she asks, well, what is my fate? And he says, I think you know what it is. And she says, second chances.
Yes.
And he's like, yes. And he said, Finn has to be the one by your side.
Yeah.
And she said, and Cora said, it's you. And he said, well, I can't steal you away from him.
Yeah.
And she said, you can't steal what wants to be taken.
Right.
I thought that was very powerful.
Is that in that same scene or is that a little bit later? Okay. That was a good line too.
Yeah.
You can't steal something
that wants to be taken.
That wants to be taken. Okay. That's true in life.
Yeah, it is.
It's true across the board, isn't it?
So do you have any more?
Yes, that was very powerful. I really liked how they had Aegon leading Liam in the tunnel when they get towards the end and they are looking for Finn. Because Finn has been kidnapped and all that jazz. So they're looking for Finn and and at first you're like, is that like a mirage?
Is that Bale? I was thinking it was Bale.
Is it the other side trying to trick him? I know we did.
Because Aegon had a look on his face like.
I did kind of. But it makes sense when you really think about it, just because we're so used to being tricked and, in all these TV movies and shows, not necessarily Hallmark, but just in general. And you're like, oh, I'm onto them. That's really the other side leading him astray, But what was I going to? Oh, but Aegon, I loved his character arc too during the story. And I'm kind of getting into one of my cheers, but I'm just going to talk about it because I love it so much. But because he starts out, he's Liam's handler. And, throughout the series, he's trying to help him. He needs to make sure that Liam stays on the straight and narrow and doesn't try to hook up with Cora and make sure that Cora gets with Finn.
Yep.
And at first he's all for that. And then he really sees that they're meant to be together. And then he's kind of, towards the end, he's trying to talk to Samil like, hey, these guys really love each other. Why can't they be together?
And he's changing.
He's changing. He's doing good things. And Samil's kind of like, no, this is what's written and this is the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's a profound statement on people's lives. Like you think it's supposed to be a certain way and it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
So
That's
the way I took it.
What I have for my cheer too.
So
That's
I'm
like
going
crazy.
into my cheers. Yeah. But anyway, but I just love that. So I love that he guided Liam in that moment to find Finn.
Yep.
Right. And then doesn't one of them say something like, I never thought I'd be excited to see you, like to the other Finn, to Liam, or Liam. I can't remember who said it, but I thought that was funny.
It was funny.
So yeah, you have any more?
I have one more.
Okay.
And that's
it's probably going to be the same.
When Liam takes the bullet for Finn.
Bum, oh, yeah, we're not saying words. Okay, but yeah, you like that scene.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's what
him.
Aegon was talking about.
Yes.
That he's changing and that his love for Cora, he's willing to give up his own life to save another person.
Yes.
And
I agree.
He did. He jumped right in front of that.
Well, he took a bullet, literally,
yeah,
figuratively, right? Yeah, he sure did. So the last one for me would be part of that scene is when Gabriel appears. Yeah. And Brendan Penny is so good. And I know he's so brief, he's so briefly in it. Mm-hmm. And, we just love him anyway. And he was really good in it. Just his facial expressions and just his soft demeanor. And he was kind of a little bit like, Samil, a little bit like a parent, to a kid who's like, you really, come on, Samil.
Right.
Ease up a little bit.
Well, she came around.
Yeah. And then she does come around. And I liked that about her character too. But I loved that, then Samil finally says, let them have their chance. And,
right.
And Gabriel's like, excellent choice. Because he leaves it up to her. And that's another thing where it's like, you hope people make the right decision.
Yeah. And
for themselves.
And Samil was like, well, how do you know they're going to make the right decision? And,
right.
And he's like, I don't.
We don't know. Everybody has free will, right?
All fate, destiny.
Unless it's fate or destiny. I don't know how all that interplays. But yeah, so that was the last one I had listed. So.
Okay. Well, I only had one cheer.
Only one?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
And it was just basically having second chances.
Yeah.
Like they all had a second chance.
Yeah.
To change what happened in the past or their lives. And it's so funny because at some point we all deserve a second chance.
Yeah.
Because, we're all human.
Yeah.
Pun intended. But destiny is not always what one wants it to be or thinks it should be.
Okay.
And that's how it played out in the end is the angels were so focused on it being Finn.
On one way.
Right.
Right.
That they didn't even see the love between Cora and Liam.
Right. Or they did and they had their own opinion that, Liam was bad, Finn was good.
Right.
And there was no gray area. Right. Yeah. And even though he was growing in 1844, Cora was sort of changing Liam anyway. And then in the present day, he finally makes that complete, switch to saving her life. So yeah, I agree.
All right. So what were your cheers?
We've talked about it a lot. Just the absolute fire, passionate chemistry between Cora and Liam just really built up through all three. They call them episodes, but movies,
right?
What have you? You can just feel it through the screen. And I love how you can see and feel the difference between the chemistry between Cora and Liam and Suzette and Finn, who do end up together in the end. And there's chemistry, but it's different. It's softer. It's not as passionate. It's not as in your. So I just like that dichotomy really between the two. Yeah, there's really a difference. So there's chemistry, but in a different way. And I liked how they showed that. I liked, and then the scene where Cora's telling Liam that she remembers, which we've already talked about.
Right.
I liked how. I talked about this at the beginning. This episode brings everything together, but not right away. Things start to add up for Liam and for Cora, but Cora doesn't want to admit it. And Cora's remembering and tells Liam, and that frightens Liam. So, things don't add up for him because he's like, how is she remembering? She's not supposed to, because that causes a problem for him because he knows she's going to remember things that she shouldn't, that will bring her to him instead of Finn. I liked all of that.
Right.
I like that we see Suzette struggle with working with Bale, and then she comes around in the end. I'm glad she didn't stay on the other side, or they didn't like banish her, or, they brought her in even after they found out. And then she said she was changing. She wanted to help because she was falling for Finn. Yeah, second chances. Yeah. So Cora, with her second chance heart, right, invited her in to help them.
Yes.
But
yeah.
You said, yeah. And then, the angels were great. I loved both Samuel and Aegon. I thought their characters were great. I really liked how neither Leo or her dad ended up being dirty cops. I like that they left that.
Yeah, I didn't think they were.
Yeah,
I thought they were trying to figure out what was going on.
Maybe a little bit, but and I was like, please don't let him. It's like a family friend. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad they didn't go down that road. We've talked about destiny. And then I really liked, at the very beginning of the first episode, we had them running through the woods. Cora falls. Liam goes to her and he's holding her, right? And then she dies. And then at the end, you have Liam getting shot and she's there with him and she wants to save him. And she's like, he basically like, he is my destiny. I choose him.
Right.
I want him. So I just really, she doesn't want her destiny without him. So I loved it and thought it was great.
It was totally awesome. So did you have any cheers?
What about you?
No.
You didn't have any?
No, I couldn't find any.
You couldn't find, well, it's not like you have to look for them. They just seem oh, you know what? Can I just say one more thing?
Yes.
Which I just saw.
It's a podcast. You can say whatever you want.
Cora, when they are looking at the stars, and I think Cora really wants to know her fate, and he tells her, don't be in your head, just be here in this moment. It's what you were talking about. Right. What do you think your fate is? Right. It's the second chances. And then he says, I'd spend every second of my life touching you if I could.
I know.
Oh, this is another
I told you
line.
they had so many.
I just had to say that because I'm like, Hallmark.
I
love it. I
would have had a
jeer
if Finn would have ended up with Cora. That would have been my jeer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. So I had 2 jeers and they're minor, and they're not going to affect my Cork review evaluation. But anyway, the danger keep out sign on the side of the mountain really bothered me because it was like, I felt like we were at Disney and it was, I'm like, it was a little cheesy. Yeah. Danger, keep out. And it had like red on it. Like we could have done better. We could have done better. And I really love the song at the end because at the end we go to a year later and she's announcing that she's opening up 2 more second chances, locations, right? Mm-hmm. And she's married to Liam. And there's a song playing and I felt like now she's giving like a presentation to people, right? About these, and they're outside and whatnot. And the song is playing and the words, I didn't like that the words of the song were there while she was speaking. I felt like that was, I don't know, a little making it hard to understand what she was saying because it was like more bass or something in the music. I like the song a lot. I just wish they would have used like just the music part of the song during that. And then it kind of builds up. And then when she finishes, like I said, love the song. Great music in this series, by the way. Great music. But that would be, and you know how I am about songs. I love the song. I just didn't like the placement of the words of the song while she was talking.
Okay.
So, but yeah, those are just minor things. Those are just little.
Yeah. I wanted to mention something that you had pointed out.
Yeah.
On the 1 year later. Is the main characters were wearing beige.
Yeah.
And Liam was the only one with a brown shirt on and then a button-down shirt that wasn't buttoned down with horizontal brown stripes.
It's kind of like a flannel or something,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And it just made me wonder. So I looked it up, right, to see what the meanings were.
What, beige clothes? Like what?
Right.
What did you look up?
Yeah, and it talked about humility and simplicity, grounded in the earth, possibly reflecting a strong connection to creation and a life of stewardship and simplicity. And then the brown stripe and the beige could emphasize a grounded and dependable character, perhaps amidst a path, which is represented by the stripes, that involves overcoming challenges or experiencing a season of testing. And that
We'd
fits
have
him.
to know if the costumers were...
Right.
Because it was Liam, Cora, Suzette.
Finn.
Finn
had beige on.
Finn had beige on too. I thought there was somebody that didn't.
It was... Maybe it wasn't Finn. Yeah, maybe you're right.
I thought it... Yeah. Cora, Liam, Suzette, Aegon, and Celine... Yeah.
I can't remember the other character.
Yeah.
But yeah. So,
it was Cora, Liam, Suzette, Aegon, and Celine.
Okay.
So am I saying
Samil.
Right? Samil. Why did I say Celine?
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion. Oh my god!
But you had picked up on that, and I just had to look into it because the writers like to throw those little Easter egg type things in there,
right?
And I thought that was very cool, and I really be interesting.
Just out of curiosity, what'd you Google? Like clothes and colors and meaning? Or
yeah, I always Google like what is the meaning of this in biblical terms.
Oh,
and
okay.
That's what came up.
Well, I mean, that sounded pretty close.
It fit his character.
It sounded really well. All of them, really.
Yeah.
Not just the brown.
Well, he was the only one that had the
brown
horizontal stripes. So I was thinking,
but the beige. Some of that was the beige too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That you read. Yeah. So that's pretty good. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Look at you.
So, out of 5 corks, how many will you be giving this one?
5 all day, every day, all day long.
Me too.
Same. Watch this series.
Yes.
Highly encourage it. It's on Hallmark Plus now. I'm sure Hallmark Channel will be playing encore versions of it, I would have to believe.
Yeah.
It's really so good as a series.
Right.
I mean, and now that you could binge all 3, are you kidding me? We would have done it in one night.
Oh, yes.
We would have been up all night.
Definitely would have done that.
Because we would have been like, we need to know. We need to know.
Yep.
We need to know what's going to happen. So, yeah, I'm here for it. What about you? How many corks would you give
Definitely
it?
5.
Definitely 5.
Yes.
Yep. Not shocking.
Not shocking at all.
All right.
So is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
Oh, thanks for tuning in. Follow the podcast wherever you listen so you don't miss one. Also, follow us on social media. If you really, really like the show, we would really, really appreciate your positive review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. And if you didn't really, really like the show, well...
Don't tell us. Just kidding.
You can still leave us a review.
Honest, constructive criticism is fine. Totally fine. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing. Fill up your glasses and push play. Cheers.